Уважаемый
Distinguished Chair, I would like to speak about the issue of the historic destiny and legal recognition of indigenous peoples, which is a special area of state responsibility. In Russia, there are 194 peoples, most of them developed within the borders of our state, which is a multi-level multi-ethnic federation with 100 years of history. This means that territorial autonomy is possible. That's the most effective form of self-determination of peoples with authority over their own lands. However, in light of their traditional ways of life and their critical small number, we have also established a especially vulnerable category for 47 small number indigenous peoples. And this mechanism is a way of providing them with equal opportunity for development by giving them additional rights. In 1822, the Russian Senate adopted a unique codex on indigenous peoples, the Charter on the Governance of Non-Russians. 60 articles set forth all of their fundamental rights, including the right to vote, being exempted from most taxes and military service, banning mortgaging their lands, their right to traditional beliefs, and their self-governance and court systems, learning and studying in their native languages, and targeted socioeconomic assistance. Thanks to these approaches, over the course of 7 centuries within the Russian state, they've maintained their number, culture, identity, settlement systems, and ways of life. And here their historic destiny is therefore diametrically opposed to regions of the world from which today we see narratives about Russian imperialism being spread, but those regions have not overcome their own colonial ways of thinking. The system for their sustainable development, as in the past, is implemented through this special constitutional status, their comprehensive legislation, targeted assistance from the state, a broad network of specialized cultural, education, science, and media institutions, through federal laws on their traditional lands, where they make up only 1% of the population. They're allocated more than 4 million square kilometers with various special legal regimes. Of course, there are still a number of problems, and that's a priority of the government, but the main outcome has been an increase of 20% of their population over the course of the past 30 years, despite the fact that the numbers of certain peoples have declined. That is because there are problems with the population census during the COVID-19 pandemic, when about 12% of the population did not indicate their ethnic origin. In conclusion, I'd like to note the growing problem of the use of international humanitarian cooperation for the rights of indigenous peoples to promote stereotypes and restrictions, including with the aid of foreign-financed, non-recognized fake organizations abroad that claim to represent Russia's indigenous peoples. Thank you.
Doy las gracias.